Blessing, blessing is my portion. Is my portion. Come bigger and better, stronger and stronger. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Favor, favor. Blessing, blessing. Is my portion.
Hey,
Is my portion.
bigger and better,
I'm bigger and better,
stronger.
stronger and stronger.
Hallelujah,
Hallelujah,
hallelujah.
hallelujah.
Say, God, they do want people, they see them.
God, they don't want people to see I'm
God, they do want people, they see them.
God, they don't want people to see I'm
God, they do want people, they see them.
God, they don't want people to
Hey,
see I'm
God, they do want people, they see them.
God, they don't want people to see I'm
Come and see what His God has done, yeah. My brother, see what His God has done, yeah. Come and see what His God has done, yeah. For me, my sister, see what the Lord has done, yeah. He butter my bread, oh, He sugar my tea, yeah. Change my life, oh, give my life for me, yeah. He butter my bread, oh, sugar my tea, yeah. Change my life, oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
blessing, blessing.
He's my boss,
Is my portion.
and your boss.
Is my portion.
We'll be gonna make
I'm bigger and better,
stronger and stronger.
stronger and stronger.
No, hallelujah,
Hallelujah,
hallelujah.
hallelujah.
God, they do want people to see I'm more.
They don't want people to see I'm
He they do want people to see I'm more.
They don't want people to see I'm
God, they do want people to see I'm more.
They don't want people to see I'm
God, they do want people to see I'm more. My sister, look all on me. To the papa them, to the mama them, little children them, everybody them. You're going out and you're coming in. Everywhere you go, blessing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here's my portion.
good evening, good evening, good evening. It's great to be with you tonight, and I believe we are going to have a great time uh, as I talk on great lessons of COVID 19. Great lessons from of COVID 19. I believe that we are all learning something great uh, from COVID 19. And I want you to do one thing for me, share the link so that a lot of people can benefit from this program tonight. Uh, because I know that a lot of lives will be transformed. Also, there will be comfort for many souls. Many people will get great comfort from watching this program tonight. I want you to know that it's a lesson, it's a time for all of us uh, to learn one thing or the other. Uh, um, just tidying up a few things here. Um, you know, just a minute. You know, thank you, thank you. Bear with me. Just be relaxed as we watch this program tonight for new things to happen, for us to be able to take advantage of the things we need to do to be better, to know that we are on for something great in the next phase of our life. You will succeed. Please share the link before I start sharing what I have tonight. And I believe that everyone under the authority of my voice will go home with something that will affect the horizon and the landscape of our lives. Please tell your neighbor to join in as I share the many lessons of COVID 19. Just making sure that everything around me is okay. Just trying to bring in the people on Instagram into our meeting. That's why you see me. Uh, I want them to start a bit late with us because Instagram only gives us an hour. But yes, Instagram almost ready. Uh, yes, yes. Um, thank you. We have everything covered on Facebook, Periscope. I'm just trying to get my Instagram family into this program so that we can all benefit from it. Bear with me. The three are covered. Just putting my house in order. Yes, we're almost there. Right. Before I go live on Instagram. Yes. I like this position now. Just trying to find a comfortable position. Yes. Right. I believe we are good to go. Now, welcome to the people on Instagram. I believe that they are on there now. Yes, Welcome to our friends on on uh, on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and now Instagram, which proved a little bit difficult to start with. Right. Welcome, good evening to everyone watching from around the world, wherever you are watching from. And it will be nice to have comments from you to let us know where you're joining us from. And I think I'll have to take Instagram out a bit, delete the video, then we start again. Thank you. I've been speaking to a lot of people across the world today before I came to do this program. I had people from Australia, I spoke to people in America, spoke to people in Europe, and I spoke to people in the United Kingdom. And I also spoke to people in Africa, to be specific, Nigeria and Ghana. And what they had to say to me was frightening. This is an unprecedented time. This is an unprecedented season. Now, many of you, under the authority of my voice tonight, you are probably at a crossroad. You don't know whether you are going, whether you are coming. But can I say to you, God is able. And He is abundantly able to dig you out of every situation that you are in. One thing I want to say is that we all have lessons to learn from the year 2020 and from COVID-19. So that was why I titled this program as Many Lessons of COVID-19. I'm Dele Olawanle, and I believe that tonight will be a big blessing to us all. Please share the link. Let people on your page be able to watch this and encourage them also to share. If we look at Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11, it says that I have seen something else under the sun. The race is not to the swift, or the battle to the strong, nor does food come to the wise, or wealth to the brilliant, or favor to the learned, but time and chance happen to them all. Another version, the New Living Translation, says, I have observed something else under the sun. The fastest runner doesn't always win the race. And the strongest warrior doesn't always win the battle. The wise sometimes go hungry, and the skillful are not necessarily wealthy. And those who are educated don't always lead successful lives. It is all decided by chance, by being in the right place at the right time. I believe that this is the testimony of some people around the world today. Time, chance, Many educated people are struggling, and the illiterates, the not so educated, are enjoying the best time of their life. I saw in a continent when wearing masks became compulsory that a woman sat down and started sewing masks and made millions from selling face masks. Bankers were losing their jobs. Educated people were losing their jobs. Businesses were collapsing. But some people that were not educated were making money. Many big people, big men and women, successful men and women around the world have been brought to their knees by COVID-19. It has caught everyone by surprise. It's caught men, it's caught women, it's caught the high and the lowly, it's caught politicians, the people in government, head of states, including the man that is supposed to be the most powerful man on earth. All power belongs to God. Called COVID-19, the President of the United States of America, thank God he recovered, caught everybody. But most of all, it caught a lot of people by surprise. It caught you and I by surprise. The things that we had taken for granted became very crucial, very difficult to come by. For example, leaving our homes, going out, wandering about, doing exercise, getting on the bus, getting on the train, traveling, flying by air, became a hard chore. Even going to visit our neighbors became very difficult. Now watch this. We all have lessons to learn from this period. From the things that happen around this time, we all have something to learn. The first thing I want to talk about is don't procrastinate. Don't drag things. Don't postpone your plans. Don't postpone. Don't say, I will do it tomorrow. Some of the things you plan to do tomorrow, you discovered that COVID-19 made it impossible for you to do. That journey you wanted to make, that person you wanted to visit, that house you wanted to buy, that house you wanted to build, that course you wanted to do became impossible. That application form you wanted to complete, and you are delaying it, and you are delaying it until COVID-19 came and people started losing their jobs. We've learned the opportunities that were there yesterday are no longer there. And we don't even know where things are going. We can see in the United Kingdom, where I'm based, that many students that left home and said bye-bye to their parents to go and study. They went to boarding house, they went to do their to study outside outside their town. They left their family home, they went outside London. They are all back, most of them are back home. Or some are stuck in their hostels and being asked to forcefully quarantine. Things are not the way it used to be. I will marry today. I will marry tomorrow. Many relationships are broken down because of COVID-19. So we learn that time waits for no one. We cannot say, oh, we have it all covered. As servants of God, pastors, there are many things we could have done in our ministries before now. Maybe set branches, maybe buy properties, maybe buy a place of worship. Maybe, do more in the ministry. And we discovered that time has passed us by because of COVID-19. Many places that we used to use as places of worship that we took for granted, that we didn't value, has become essential commodities because they are not even letting us back into those places to worship. Things that were very easy have become very difficult. So from this season, from this time, we learned that we should not procrastinate. Don't delay what you have to do until tomorrow. Another lesson that I think you and I can learn from this season is don't waste opportunities. One of the greatest illustrations of opportunity that I heard in my life was from Pastor Adeboye, Daddy Gio of Redeem. He said when he was growing up, his father told him, I will never forget when I first heard that word from his mouth 22 years ago, 1998. I had just been released from detention then, and I got one of his messages, and I listened to it. He said when he was growing up that his father told him that, my son, opportunity is a man who in front of his head have hair, long hair. That when opportunity, Mr. Opportunity is facing you, grab it with both hands. Because at the back of his head, there is no hair. And once it goes past you, you cannot get it again. I don't need to tell you that Daddy Gio, Pastor Adeboye of the Redeemed Christian Church of God worldwide, never miss many opportunities. I learned from him what he said that day, and by the grace of God, I have not missed many opportunities. Don't waste opportunities. Don't think that if you don't get it today, it will be there tomorrow. Opportunity to study. Opportunity to marry. Opportunity. Today you saw that man or you saw that lady and you know that this is a wife or a husband material. And you said that, oh, you are not ready. You are not yet ready. And you miss a man that should have been your husband, that should have been your wife in the past. You have another opportunity, having heard my message. Today, this teaching, don't miss another opportunity. Many of you are stuck in your home country. Maybe you are watching this program from Africa, and you had the opportunity to travel abroad. You say you are not ready. You will do it tomorrow. You will go next year. Today you can't travel. The resources that you had stored up then had been wasted. What you call savings in those days have been eroded by COVID-19. You have had to spend everything. Some of you had businesses that you are running and you made money and you are flying business class and first class. You wasted your resources. You wasted opportunities. Many of you are tenants. You had the opportunity to buy a property and you prefer to buy very expensive cars and you remained a tenant. You wasted opportunity. Now you cannot buy a house. Many of you had opportunities, or some of you, to invest. Any form of investment that could have been something you will have recourse to during this time, but you did not do it. Some of you were offered a good job and you decided not to take it. Some of you had the opportunity to start a business, you did not do it. And people were, some good-minded people were warning you and telling you that no, and no one knows tomorrow. And you thought you had it covered. We are all guilty of this. We think we know it all until life teaches us some unforgettable experience. In the ministry, some of us pastors had the opportunity to do many things, to buy properties, to find a nice place to put the members, or to do anything for the to advance our ministry. We didn't do it. Some of us were told by some leaders that had left us that, oh, we shouldn't do this, and we listened. And now you are looking back and saying, wow, you shouldn't have listened to them. You should have done what you wanted to do. Do not waste opportunities. A lot of you, or some of you, have had money. You knew that you had money. But because money was coming in, you did not think of saving for the rainy day, like this COVID-19 seasons. And today, you are impecunious. You had no money, are struggling. But I pray that you will get through this period. You will get through this period. You and I will get through this period. We will get through this period without losing our life, without our health being damaged. Don't waste another opportunity. Do not waste another opportunity. Recently, I was talking to someone who had permanent right to stay in the United Kingdom here, and she had 2 children in Africa. So she applied for them to come to the UK, and the one that was a man, I mean, it was a boy then, decided to come immediately. The girl, who was only age 17 at the time, you could call it childishness, said to the mother that she was not ready. So she ran away from home, and the mother, who traveled to Africa to bring them, had to leave her in Africa to return to her job in the United Kingdom. That was 10 years ago. The girl is now 27. She is stranded. the boyfriend had left her. She can no longer rely on her mother because she's now an adult. She wasted opportunities. If she had accepted to come, she would have become a British citizen by now, and everyone she gives birth to will have become, we will have been British citizens by birth. She wasted the opportunity. Let me ask you, which opportunities did you miss? What opportunities are you toying with today? And you think it will always be there? One of the people that I feel very sorry for in this season are musicians, gospel musicians, mainly that they used to invite to go to churches and to attend concerts, and they used to pay them fees, and because they were always inviting them, they wasted the resources without doing anything tangible with it. Now, getting invitation to where? I pray that the God of all grace will restore all of us. So don't waste opportunities. Work very hard. If you have the opportunity to work, please work very hard. Time waits for no one. You know, as I'm sitting here, my heart bleeds for many people. Because the stories I hear, as a pastor and as a lawyer, people come to me and talk to me all day. They talk, they phone, they do this, they do that. This is what they are going through. I wish I could help them. But myself, I need help. We all need help. In this season, there is no man or woman that is not feeling the pinch of the devastation and the hardships brought about by COVID-19, but only that the pain is in categories. I pray that God of all grace will help us. Point number 3, don't waste resources. We are talking of the many lessons of COVID-19. Don't waste resources. Some of the things we have taken for granted have become very elusive. Many of us, we embark on meaningless journeys without any purpose. We just travel, we go, we come, we grow, we come. And once we travel, there is no way we can make up resources to make money. Wasted, fruitless journey. Also, misguided generosities. You spend anyhow, you buy everything. Some of us that are from Africa, you buy all Ashoebi. People want to do birthday, you buy their dress. They want to do wedding, they want to do naming ceremony, they want to do the 20th year of their remembrance of their mother that died or their father that died that you did not know, you bought it, or you are just doing parties and this or that. Now, the resources are not there. You are struggling. And even some of those that you got into debt because of them, they can't help you now. Actually, they are avoiding you. Don't waste resources. Don't waste resources. Manage your resources well. Whether as a church, whether as a ministry, as a pastor, manage resources well. As a husband, manage resources well. As a wife, manage resources well. A wise woman build a house, we have to make sure that our children are not reckless. They don't waste food. They don't waste milk. They don't waste cornflakes, cereals. They don't just put on the light anyhow, and they just we have to make sure that if we want to buy anything for the house, that we really, really need those things. Many of us have wasted resources that, with hindsight, we wouldn't have done that. Some of you, people have been coming to you, and they are coming and borrowing money from you, and they are not paying back. You've lost a lot. Some of them have become your enemies because you helped them. You sowed into their lives. You helped them, borrowed them money. They didn't pay back. You wasted those resources. Some of you just jumped into some businesses. You are just sitting down and someone just came and said, oh, they have a business, and you threw money into it and you lost it. Some of you have been borrowing money from credit cards and wasting it, and the interest rate is so high that you are struggling to pay it back. I'm not here to condemn you. It's a lesson. All of us have been there, especially if you are living in the Western world. You have credit card, and they give it to you when everything, they give you credit when you don't really need it. Now that you needed it, they are not giving it to you because they know you will struggle to pay. But I want to say there will be restoration. Restoration. Great restoration is coming to us all. It's coming. We are not going to sit down and be regretting and be mourning and be mourning. It won't change anything. The next point I want to make is we learned from COVID-19 that we have to be humble. God has really humbled a lot of us during this season to let us know that we are nobody. Actually, this period has affected the rich more than the poor. The poor, and poor, when we say poverty, poverty is relative. What is poor here may be rich there. So when you say you have 1 million naira in Nigeria, you are a millionaire. In the UK, it is less than 2,000 pounds. So, but this season has humbled a lot of poor people. He has and powerful people. Okay, the poor are used to the situation. It's just that it's an additional hardship. But many rich people that have never suffered are now suffering. They are going through unusual challenges. They are going through unusual difficulties. They are going through unusual pain. They are going through unusual turmoil. Many businesses have been grounded. Many people cannot travel even to get treatment. Many powerful people are died in Nigeria because of COVID-19, because they could not travel out of the country. But when they had the opportunity to travel, many of them did not pay attention to their health, and they died. This season has humbled a lot of people. And then also, it is an invitation to be humble rather than be humbled. When you are humbled, that means you've been put to shame, you've been disgraced. But when you are humble, the next thing that can happen is for God's grace to lift you up. I pray that we will all be lifted up by the grace of God. This season has humbled a lot of people. a lot of nations, powerful men, powerful women, have become very ordinary. So it's a warning. Some of you that were very proud and arrogant, you had no regard for anyone. Today, things are very tough, and the people that would have helped you when things were going well for you, you did not honor them, you did not respect them, you weren't even getting in touch with them. If they try to get in touch with you, you will not respond. Now you are suffering quietly. The thing is hitting you badly, and you cannot go to people that will have helped you. Remember James 4:6. He says, God gives grace to the humble, but he resists the proud. That means a humble person, a proud person, the Lord pushes them away. But those who are humble, he gives them grace. He gives them grace to succeed. I pray that the heart of God will give us all the heart of humility, so that we will not be important in our own eyes. It's a season that has taught us humility by fire, by force. We are all learning. I want to say that anyone that doesn't learn from this period can never learn. Can never learn. Also, this period has taught us to invest. 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 If you're out there and you don't have any experience of investment, you have to learn it fast and learn it by force. If all you do is you go to work and you get paid, and that is all you know about life, what happens if the job is not there? Where do you turn? That is where investment comes in. So if you have invested in maybe stocks, in shares, you may be able to sell something now to live on. But remember, if you want to go and buy stocks and shares, remember the value does go up or down. You may not get your money back. You may get less than you invested, or you may make profit. So it's a risky venture. Venture means risk. So when you are investing, you may want to look at safer investments, like maybe putting money in savings account with average interest rate and things like that. But we have to learn to invest. Maybe invest in properties if you can. Get properties, and again, make sure you are buying the property in a place that is secure and that the value will go up and things like that, so that if anything happens, if you're in the United Kingdom, you can get a bit of equity from the property, and if you're abroad, maybe you can sell and use some money and use the remaining to buy somewhere. But you must invest in something, maybe in bonds and security bonds and a lot of things like that. Learn about investment and invest. So don't just get your wages and just blow it. And if they ask you to stop work within 2 months, you are already in trouble. I believe that this season has taught us a lot, that we need to learn to invest. We have to invest and learn, go for trainings, listen to lectures, look for people that are training people on how to do well. It may be wise if you are opportune to register for my leadership and business coaching sessions on the 24th of October 2020. Register. Registration fee is just £100 if you're in the UK. Believe me, what I will teach there may be enough to make you a millionaire. And I'm talking of in pound sterling. So if it's in African currencies, then it's very easy. I want to pour into registrants on the training what I have learned that has given me a bit of leeway in life. Again, one of the things is an opportunity. Many people miss it because they don't want to invest in themselves. They don't want to spend money. So they are looking for free trainings. And I want to let you know that when they say something is free, it is free. When it is paid for, they will pour into you what they will not normally say in the open. Because there are certain things I can say here today that I cannot say, that I can't say here today that I'll be able to say when I have a closed group. So make sure you register for my training on the 24th of October, Succeeding Despite the Odds. Succeeding Despite the Odds on the 24th of October, 1 to 3. You can register on my page. I was called to raise influential people, and I believe you'll be one of them. Get trainings on many aspects of life that, regardless, you can succeed. And don't be cajoled into it before you do it reluctantly. I attended a program in the Bahamas with my wife in 2006, a program held by the late Dr. Miles Monroe, talking of how to succeed. I went for that program, and that was the only time I went to the Bahamas. From that time, my life picked up. Our life picked up. Ministry picked up. Business, career, everything. Just one journey changed the course of my life forever. I want to share with you on the 24th of October what life has taught me and the things you can do to succeed, regardless of what is happening. You will do well. So invest. A lot of us, we only get our wages and that is it. We don't do any other thing. And we're just, if anything happens, then you start running helter-skelter. May that not be your portion. Next point that we have learned through this season is savings. I once met a client who lost his job. And he said to me, he said he just lost his job. He said, but he has put aside savings that can make him to live comfortably for 10 months without working. And he said it was impossible for him not to work for 10 months. You may not put aside savings of up to 10 months just in case there's no job or their business is struggling. But learn how to save, regardless of how small. Sometimes when people are struggling in business, they run to the bank. And because you are struggling, the bank will not give you anything. But if you have savings, you can pump it back into your business and the business will rise again. And it will save you from running to family members or friends that will be making jest of you. The same thing if you are working, save. So that if anything happens, you have something to live on in the interim without letting your blood pressure go up and you start becoming depressed or or start affecting your relationships and things like that. Those are one of the many lessons we have learned from COVID 19. Another lesson I think we have learned through this period is to listen to your teachers. Listen to your teachers. Years ago, when the Lord opened my eyes to be teaching people, to be empowering people, to add value, to invest, to do this, many people did not understand my language. I was teaching on being healthy, being fit, looking after one's health, and many took it for granted. But some of the things that I said came to pass. Many, not some. Many, almost all. Listen to your teachers. Listen to your teachers. And whatever they say you should do, do it. Do it. Do it. The mother of Jesus said at the wedding in Cana of Galilee, she said, whatever he said to you, do it. This generation don't want to listen to their teachers. They think they know more. But listen closely. Your teacher, a servant cannot be above his master, but you can be like your teacher. But I want you to understand that it pays to listen to your teachers, especially people that you can see that God has helped. It is pride to think you know more than your teacher. Believe me, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Reinventing the wheel means that you are trying to do for yourself what has already been done. You are trying to do it in a new way. You are trying, and it's difficult. I'm a lawyer, but I listen to professionals. When I'm sitting with my accountant, who does my accounting, many of the several businesses that I do, I don't talk. And I know that I may be wealthier than my accountant, but it's an accountant. He talks, I listen. As a lawyer, I have lawyers that advise me on some areas that I don't practice for myself. I listen. Listen to your teachers. If I go to my doctor, if he says I should do exercise, I don't argue. I don't say I have been doing exercise, no, I keep quiet. Actually, when you see a great man and a great woman, somebody that you know of a surety that God has lifted this one, that it is by the grace of God that you can get to their level, not to talk of surpassing them. Let me give you wisdom. Listen to them. Listen to them. It is not easy to rise. But when you listen to your teachers, it will help you. I remember when I was a brother, I listened to my pastors. I listened to them, even when I know that what they are saying is not, probably it's not 100% true. I don't argue. I don't. I listened to them and I tried my best to implement what they said. And believe me, sometimes it worked. This generation think they know more than their masters. Listen to your teachers. Believe me, it will help you. Whenever I travel to Africa, I behave like a zombie. I behave like a fool. I behave as if I don't know anything. I get there, and whatever they say to me is what I do. I just follow instructions. And I've been going to Nigeria for the past 20 years. At least 3, 4 times a year sometimes. 5 times sometimes. I listen. I don't argue. How do you do things here? And they show me. When you pretend, when you show that you know, when you don't know, people will hide the truth from you. If you are in a particular church, you have a leader, you have a pastor, listen to them. You have coaches, listen to them. You have managers, listen to them. There is one thing they know that you don't know. And when you gather wisdom from here, gather wisdom from there, gather wisdom from here, you get to know better. If you are a professional, listen to your superiors. They have been there. You may think that they are not sharp enough, not smart enough. It is not sharpness that makes you successful. It is wisdom and how you carry yourself among people. You may not know much, but your humility will cause people to help you, and you will do better than those who know. Young musicians, gospel musicians, listen to people that have traveled more than you, that have been around more than you. Don't jump, because it is very, very hard to make it in every profession if you don't have somebody to instruct you. As I round up this evening, I also want to encourage you to be resilient. That is one of the things I have learned in this season. That regardless of what happened to you, fight back. Fight back. Never give up. Never give up. Never. I will never give up. Fight back. Get your health back. Get your marriage back. Get your business back. Get your ministry back. Get your life back. Get your mind back. Get your spirit back. Get your career back on track. Get your children back. Get your wealth back. Be resilient. Don't give up, my friend. Clap. Don't give up. That is one thing I have learned. Never give up. And that is one of the spirit that I love of the people of Britain, United Kingdom. They never give up. It's a little island of 70 million people. They are giving loans to Nigeria. They are giving financial support to Nigeria, a country of over 250 million. They got up one day and said they are leaving Europe. They want to stand on their own. I said, wow, it takes confidence. They say you are going to lose this. They never give up. Don't give up, my friend. Don't give up on your marriage. Don't give up on your health. You will recover from that sickness. You will recover from that disease. Fight back. Our God is a healer, but don't give up. Doctors said that many people die from fear than from their health condition. Because when they say, well, we diagnose this, then they become a vegetable. But some people will say, I will fight back. I won't give up. You lost your job, get another job. The business is not doing well, do another business. You made an application, they didn't take it, do it, make another application. Hey, you lost an opportunity, look for another opportunity. People let you down, encourage yourself in the Lord. Come on, never give up. I learned that if you don't give up, God will not give up on you. My friend, don't give up. If there's anything I want you to take from me tonight, it is this. Fight back. Never give up. Don't let yourself be found where people want you to be. God is in control of your life, of your destiny, of your family, of your ministry, of what you will become. Men may say there's a casting down, but God said there is a lifting up. But don't give up, my friend. Many pastors are going through unusual challenges in their ministries. This time, men of God, women of God, we will never give up. The one who called us will prove himself. Don't give up. Finally, as I round up Spend time with those who love you. Spend more time with your friends, with your family, with your wife, with your husband, with your children, with those that you know you are very close. Spend more time. One thing I have learned when I escaped from COVID-19 in April, I could have died. I was very close to dying. I looked at it, I said, oh, so I will have lost everything, all my friends, all my family. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to drink coffee with them, to take tea with them, to go out with them, to travel with them. And I said, wow, I had another opportunity and I will not miss it. You know what? Over about 60,000 people died suddenly in the United Kingdom during COVID-19, and many are still dying. Some thought they will be there forever. Husband and wives, let us stop fighting. Let us stop fighting our wives, our husband, our children. Let us stop fighting our friends and be fighting and be fighting and be fighting. Always fighting. Many of those who were fighting had died. We will never see them again. Let us love each other. Let us relate well with each other. Let us stop looking for opportunities to destroy people, because we may think evil, God may think good, and it may be a turnaround that will put our adversaries to shame. In most cases, it does. They'll think evil, God will turn it to good. Let us show love. Let us come together. Let us love each other, not looking for a man or woman to destroy. Love will always win. I pray that whatever you have learned from what I have shared today, and every determination that you make that this is what you are going to do to regain every lost time and lost wasted opportunities, the heavens will help you. Dele Olawale is my name. Share the link. Share this program. Let your friends enjoy it. I pray for you for the grace to pursue, to overtake, and to recover all. I pray that October shall end well for us. In the name of Jesus. I love you. Dele Olawale is my name. Good night, and God richly bless you.